This is question 50 from section B of the 2018 PBSAA paper.
In this question we're told about a gene sequence which a student identified in 4 different types of organism, and this gene codes for a functional protein in these organisms. We're given a section of the DNA in these 4 organisms, so they're given in series of 3. Remember that a series of 3 nucleotide bases codes for one particular amino acid. So these are codons in a series, and the first codon appears to be the same across all 4, and the last 2 appear to be the same across all 4, and also it's worth noting that the oak tree and the mushroom share one codon here, but otherwise they're all different. So particularly the 3 amino acids that these 3 codons will code for in humans and E. coli. Okay, moving on. We're told that the rest of the DNA is identical across all 4 different organisms, and we're asked which of the 3 conclusions drawn up by the student is correct. Firstly, does this gene code for chlorophyll? So the student concluded that the gene did not code for chlorophyll, and why might he have done that? Well, since we're told that the gene codes for a functional protein, and we have a human here as one of our organisms in which this is supposedly a functional protein, this must be true. This conclusion must be correct. It can't code for chlorophyll because humans don't have functional chlorophyll. Statement 2 says that this gene may be found in the nucleus or the cytoplasm. Well, since we have a mixture of prokaryotes, E. coli bacterium, or eukaryotes, we can say that it might be found in the nucleus or the cytoplasm, depending on whether it's a eukaryote or a prokaryote. Moving on to statement 3, the protein that this gene encodes is more likely to be similar than in the other organisms. Or rather, they're more similar in plants and fungi than in the other organisms. Now, why might the student have concluded that? Well, they may have looked at this extra codon that we identified as being similar between the oak tree and the mushroom, and then thought that that might mean that in plants and fungi more generally, the protein that the gene encodes is more likely to be similar. Well, we can say that there is a basis for this, because that codon being the same means that amino acid will be the same, and therefore the proteins are more likely to be similar between the oak tree and the mushroom, and given that there's a phylogenetic link between all plants and all fungi, this may trace back to that and be found in all plants and all fungi, or at least a great number of them. So we can say that our answer is that all 3 are correct, and our answer's answer H.